Cliffs of Dover! Woo! 5 years ago, if you told me I could sit here and just maybe practice a few times and record just a few times to get a one take out of it, I would absolutely told you you are lying. I would definitely expect myself to have to sit here for 5 hours, maybe record over 500 takes, and then have to touch up the recording, to get something satisfactory. But here I am, I was able to actually do a one take, which it's not the perfect take, but it's definitely satisfactory for myself. Now that was like what, 30-ish seconds of playing, but that is a result of over 4 years of drilling a bunch of tiny little chunks to get where I am today. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you songs that you can play to drill those mechanics so you can sound like Eric Johnson. By the way, my name is Drew. I'm a self-taught guitarist with close to 20 years of playing experience as well as close to 15 years of guitar education experience. I specialize in helping people break their speed barriers as well as breaking difficult solos into tiny chunks so my students can learn the solos that they want to learn. If you find today's video helpful, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. With that said, let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and follow the intro, stop at each difficult lick and identify the mechanics that you need in order to play those licks, and then finally share the songs that you need to play in order to drill those mechanics. Now, each short song is called a block and B3 guitar method, and they're written by using the exact same picking movement or picking mechanic from the lick. That way you can drill this mechanic in a brand new musical setting. Sometimes you will find, actually a lot of time, you will find this happening. Like it happens to me all the time, where you just drill the same thing over and over and over and over again. You just repeat a bunch of times to see no progress whatsoever. But suddenly, when you learn a new song that uses a similar mechanic or movement, and then you learn that song and you come back to the song that you've been struggling for ages, suddenly you make a breakthrough. That's why I decided to write these short songs called blocks. And then on top of that, I divide them into 3 different difficulties, starting from the easiest called Breezy to the medium Brisk and the hardest called Blaze. That is how you learn guitar with B3 guitar method. So let's get started with the first lick. All right, so the very first thing we have is this. Now there's really nothing special to that. It's relatively slow, so there's no special training that you need to do in order to learn that. All right, so the next part is where things start to get interesting and start to eliminate players. Right off the get-go, you want to start using Eric Johnson's favorite thing, which is down-down economy picking. So start from here, down, down, up, and then finish with the down. And then when the descending lick starts, you want to start with the up pick. There is a very crucial reason why you want to start that descending phrase with the up pick. And let me zoom in so you can see it. All right, so now we have a way closer look so you can see my pick, all right? Pay attention to my pick in here, to my pick, okay? Most of us have a natural downward pick slant when we play, like this. So this is neutral, this is upward, and then this is downward. So if you play this descending phrase with a down pick, down, up, down. Now you need to go to the B string, right? But where is my pick? Being blocked by the high E string, see? So in order to dodge it, you have to go like this and then play the B string. Now at speed, that is highly inefficient. Now another thing you can do if you don't dodge it is just to completely ignore the high E string and just go ahead and drive through the high E string. But the problem with that is that it creates noise. This is exactly why you need to start this phrase with the up pick. Up, down, up, you see? My pick is already in the air, ready to play the B string with the downstroke. Not only that, now when we need to go back to the high E string once again, I could do down, down economy picking. So up, down, down. So slowly once again, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, so the last part for this lick, we have this. Now, when you look at the tabs online, most of them will just tell you to play it within the same E minor pentatonic box. Just stay in this box, so like this, right? However, when you have to do this, moving from this D to E note, you have to cross a string from the B string to the high E string. That is very inefficient. So what I did is that I moved the high E string from here, from the 12th fret to the 17th fret on the B string. Because alternate picking on the same string, it's much easier than having to change string just to play one note. Now, something about this approach, obviously, is that there is this larger stretch from 15 to 17. To a lot of beginners, that's probably an uncomfortable stretch. So you either have to get used to it, or you just stick to the pentatonic box. Inherently, there's nothing wrong playing that way. However, if you want to reach certain speed, especially if you want to reach certain type of clarity, mastering this kind of efficient picking arrangement is something that is very crucial. And for the last part, we just have to incorporate the same down-down economy picking. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Alright, so from the top of this lick, very slowly, okay? Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So in order to master this little section, you need to master 3 skills. Number 1, you need to get comfortable starting a phrase with the up pick. Because if you're like me, or most guitarists probably, will just start almost everything with a downstroke, right? Because it's very natural for us to just play starting with a downstroke. Suddenly, having to start a phrase with the up pick might throw you off. So you need to learn to start a phrase with the up pick and get comfortable with it. And after that, it's connecting back to the high string with the down-down economy picking. And finally, you need to get used to playing alternate picking on the same string. Just like that. So there are 3 things that you need to get used to just to play the very first lick in the intro. But no worries, all the mechanics is included in one short song, so you can drill everything just by playing one block. And this block is called 7 Sisters. So that was a breezy level, and as you can see, it's using basically everything we just covered. Up pick, down, down, economy picking, and then alternate picking on the same string. The only difference is that I moved from G major to E major, so you're playing higher up on the neck, which means the stretch will be larger. But that is good for your flexibility, because if you're not used to this, playing this will probably be even more of a challenge. But once you get used to playing here, coming back here will become easier. And that's basically all of 7 Sisters. In the Brisk level, you'll be incorporating burst chunking, where you need to learn how to play a short group with the intended tempo. So like this. So that's a group of 9 notes. The design of Brisk is to expose you to the speed in small chunks, so you can get used to the mechanic and your body understands it. By the time you master Brisk, you should be able to actually learn the song, or at least get close to it. But if you still cannot, try playing the Blaze level, but at a slower tempo. As you can see, Blaze is much harder, and you're using the exact same mechanic, but you're playing in an extreme setting where you're just running and cycling through all these movements from different position to position at a very fast tempo with no breaks in between. So if you can play that, even at a slow tempo, it will bring you closer to being able to play this very first lick inclusive over. Alright, that is the very first part for this lick. Let's move down to the next one. Oh my god, I totally forgot. 7 Sisters is one of the 5 blocks available in the pack called Ridges of Hastings. Be sure to check out the link down in the description or visit b3guitarmethod.com.